Well, it's really interesting because we've seen other problems. So if your employee is, let's say, getting paid in crypto, what about the volatility in crypto?
Right.
If you're supposed to be getting
Like, can I take a loss
$3,000
on
a
that?
week, yeah, are you giving he or she or $3,000 a week, or are you giving them $2,000 that week and $10,000 the next week? What currency or what standard do you use? The Carnival example is one of the biggest ones, but to your point about the appreciation of the ticket, that's a very big question. So in other areas like foreign currency, we don't really have to deal with it. There are some de minimis standards that minor appreciations in foreign currency in certain circumstances are ignored by the IRS. But let's say you were traveling in Europe and you were wanted to exchange from one currency to another, and you stopped in Europe on your way to Japan. So on the way to Europe, you had dollars and you bought euros. Maybe at that money window, that was all that they had. Well, you go to the next money window because you need to get yen for your next part of the trip. So are you picking up the gain if by the time you walk across to the other money exchange place that you're actually having an appreciation because of the volatility? In many cases, it's not, because those are how the rules are. In crypto, it can be. So what ends up happening is you have exchanges that don't have every transaction or every token or every coin or every opportunity. So people are creating enormous amounts of taxable events. So as we're talking about understanding the frameworks, understanding things like that. So when a client comes to you and says, well, I traded Ethereum for Bitcoin and I traded Bitcoin for Bitcoin Cash, and then I traded that Bitcoin Cash back for an Ethereum token, and then I exchanged it in an ICO for an ERC20 token. And what does that mean? And all those acronyms and all those words? Well, if you're sitting there with a blank stare on your face, the client's going to get concerned. Yeah, I mean, it's and it's really simple once you understand it and once you start to learn about it, and then helping the client to understand, well, this isn't just one transaction to the end, but we have to analyze each step of this. So
and think about that, you guys, as tax professionals, right? When people want to spring that kind of thing on you, and what's your reaction when that happens?
Absolutely.
When you have understanding of the technology, maybe certain exchanges do have certain coins and all that. You feel that confidence, and isn't having confidence when you're doing your job, like, how big of a deal is that?
Very true.